The day I was invisible. Years ago, I worked as the registrar at a public school, and our district assigned us this temporary administrator named Dr. Phillips, who thought he was God's gift to education. This guy knew exactly what was wrong with everyone and everything, and he made sure we all knew how to fix it. His way, obviously. Every single staff meeting was him lecturing us about efficiency and leadership and all this corporate nonsense that had nothing to do with actual kids. The teachers would roll their eyes so hard I thought they'd fall out of their heads. I literally started taking bets with the other office staff on who would snap first and shove him in a locker. But Dr. Phillips had this one thing he was obsessed with. He hated when people left the office to actually do their jobs. He called the office the command center and said real leaders should be commanding from their desks, not running around the building dealing with problems. Which made no sense because we worked at a school, not a military base. He'd get on the radio and criticize anyone who left the office for any reason. The principal went to observe a teacher's classroom. Dr. Phillips would announce on the radio that she should be in the command center. The office manager walked down the hall to help a kid who fell. Radio announcement about abandoning her post. It was exhausting. One Tuesday afternoon, I was at my desk doing registration paperwork for new students, just sitting there with my head down, typing away on my computer. The receptionist had gone to the restroom, which took maybe 3 minutes. The principal was in a scheduled meeting with a parent. The office manager had walked to the gym to check on something with a broken door. I heard footsteps and looked up to see Dr. Phillips walking into the office. He stood right in the middle of the room, maybe 5 feet from my desk. I was literally right there in his line of sight. My nameplate was on my desk. I had a stack of folders in front of me. Then he grabbed his radio, pressed the button, and announced to every single person in the building, "This office is completely empty. What if a parent walked in? Nobody is here. This is unacceptable." 15 people heard that message. Teachers in their classrooms, custodians in the halls, the principal who was sitting in her meeting, and me, the person who was apparently invisible despite sitting 5 feet away from him. I stared at him for a second. He was still standing there looking around the empty office with a smug expression on his face. That's when I noticed his reading glasses sitting on top of his head. I picked up my radio, pressed the button, and said as clearly as possible, "Dr. Phillips, I'm right here. Hi, your glasses are on your head, sir." Dead silence on the radio. You could have heard a pin drop. Dr. Phillips's face went bright red, and he looked at me like he was seeing me for the first time. His mouth opened and closed like a fish. Then the radio crackled, and one of the teachers said, "Did she just say his glasses are on his head?" Someone else started laughing. Another voice went, "Classic." The principal came out of her meeting and walked right past Dr. Phillips without saying a word. The office manager came back from the gym trying not to smile. Even the receptionist came back from the bathroom and had to turn around because she was giggling too hard. Dr. Phillips just grabbed his glasses off his head, mumbled something about checking on something, and practically ran out of the office. For the rest of his time with us, he barely spoke to me. He'd walk into the office, glance at my desk to make sure I was there, and leave without saying anything. The teachers made me cookies that week. Someone even printed out a fake certificate that said "World's Most Visible Registrar" and taped it to my desk. Best part was 2 weeks later, Dr. Phillips finished his temporary assignment and left. The whole staff threw a party in the teacher's lounge the day he was gone. That radio call became legendary at our school. Years later, teachers would still bring it up and laugh about the time I told the administrator his glasses were on his head in front of everyone.